All right, you clicked on this video because you want to learn how to lose friends and how to negatively influence people. Well, you're in luck. I'm going to teach you a simple tactic, communication tactic, that's 100% guaranteed to rub your friends the wrong way, your family the wrong way, your colleagues the wrong way. I know you're super curious what this tactic is. So it's really easy to teach. I'm going to jump right in. The tactic is called unsolicited advice. It's about giving unsolicited advice. So starting today, I want you to go out into the world, into your home, into your office, into your place of work, into your family settings. And I want you to give people advice that they didn't ask for. This has been one of the things that I've found over the course of my career to be one of the most immediately off-putting things that you can do when you're communicating with the people that are closest to you. So here are some examples of unsolicited advice. Hey, you should smile more. Hey, I'd love to give you some marriage advice here, pal. Just keep your wife happy, happy wife, happy life. Hey, have you put tens of thousands into crypto yet? I've been killing it in the crypto space. You should do it too. Okay, so chances are each of those statements I just made turned you off immediately, yes? Here's my understanding of what unsolicited advice is and why it bothers us so effectively. Unsolicited advice is basically any advice given without being asked for. It's really the junk mail of life. It's often given with good intentions, but is rarely received well. So this creates a challenge for anyone out there who genuinely wants to help others by sharing their life experience and their opinions. How do we give advice to others without making the other person feel like they're being spoken down to? Good news. It's a super simple communication tactic that I can give you. And in the sales game, like I'm a career sales guy. It's something that we call permission to pitch. So, like I mentioned, I've been in sales for about 20 years now, and in my experience, the best way to get your clients to feel comfortable is to never pitch anything until your client gives you permission to do so. Um, have you ever been in a sales environment like a real retail store or a car dealership or maybe dealing with a realtor and they come on way too strong and you get that icky sales feeling like you just want this person to get away from you? Chances are that person hasn't taken the time to do a few things. One, they haven't taken the time to get to know you at all. Two, they haven't taken the time to understand why you're considering buying or selling or transacting in some way. And they haven't really understood what your motivation is. And three, and this is the most important one, they haven't gathered your consent to pitch. They haven't gathered your consent to give you advice, which is where that feeling comes from. So if you're in sales or you're dealing with a family member or dealing with some people that you care about and you want to give advice, please tell me how you are in a position to prescribe a solution to a problem that you don't understand. This is unsolicited advice to a T. So in sales, one thing that I've found to be true over the years is that people love to buy things, but they hate to be sold. I know I personally hate to be sold. I'm a student of the game. I'm always watching salespeople to see what they do that I like and don't like, and like I said, for the past 20 years, I've been a full-time sales guy and a negotiator by trade. I've spent tens of thousands of hours refining my skills with the intent to not make people feel awkward or sold to. So it's one of the things I'm most proud of in my career as a fairly high-performing sales professional, is that most of the clients that I work with, they wouldn't describe me, I don't believe, as a salesy guy. I'm not a pushy guy, and and that's something I'm really proud of, is to make people feel comfortable and to help people achieve the things that they want without putting my own personal agenda on it, right? So the title of this segment is How to Lose Friends and Negatively Influence People. And this is a play off of the book, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie, which I presume is something that everybody out there would like more ability to influence and more quality friendships and relationships. So here's the good news. It's quite easy to do if you want to not lose friends and not negatively influence people. And if you're still watching this video and you have some level of interest in communicating to your own personal highest potential in any area of your life, I believe I have found a tactic that's not really a tactic at all. It's more of a best practice for dealing with other humans. And I'm willing to share it with you, but only if you'll grant me permission to do so. So if you, in the spirit of this video, if you're interested in hearing how to do this, how to not make people feel awkward, you can just go ahead and smile and nod right now, and I'll take that as your permission that you'd like me to continue. And if you don't want to know this advice, just scroll on and go watch something else. So the secret to making others feel great about themselves and about their comfort level with you is to take a genuine interest in that person. It's very, very simple. If you want to be perceived as an interesting person, you should be interested in others. And as I said, this is not really a tactic. This is a path that you can follow to be more genuine in your interactions with others. Dale Carnegie, the author of How to Win Friends and Influence People, he had a bunch of great quotes in that book, and a lot of the lessons in that book still hold true. But here's a couple of the quotes that really jumped out to me. So Dale said in the book, you can make more friends in 2 months by becoming interested in other people than you can in 2 years by trying to get people interested in you. Like, if that doesn't speak to the social media generation, I don't know what does. So many people these days are completely outward focused. It's just, this is what I'm putting out, and I want you to be interested in me. When I think the real magic lies in becoming interested in others, engaging with others. So I believe that quote to be true. Another quote, the only way on earth to influence other people is to talk to them about what they want and show them how to get it. It's amazing how quickly in conversation, when you start talking about yourself and everything that you want, how quickly the shades come down on people's eyes, and they're like, wow, this person is just like all about themselves. They haven't asked me a thing about me. So to avoid that, become interested in others. Like, find out what people want and try to help them get it. And that's a great segue to this next quote, which is actually by a gentleman named Zig Ziglar, who was, super familiar with Dale Carnegie's work. But he said, you can have everything in life you want if you will just help other people to get what they want. And I've always loved that quote. That's what I've built my career on. That's really the cornerstone of my career as a sales guy and a real estate agent and an investor and someone who loves people. Some of the stories that I've been a part of in my career are pretty incredible. And when I jump out of bed in the morning, when I put my feet on the ground and I head out into the world, I'm always thinking, or at least doing my best to think of others and how I can be of service to others. And it's been a tool that I use to make, again, my sales career as genuine as possible, because nobody wants to be that icky sales guy or that icky friend or that icky spouse. Like, nobody wants to be that guy. So in conclusion, if you want to piss people off, be a poor listener, just talk about yourself all the time, take no interest in others, and be generally a self-centered person. Give unsolicited advice and watch how quickly you become lonely and isolated. It'll happen real quick, I promise. But alternatively, if you want to make the people in your life feel like they're being respected, valued, and understood, take a genuine interest in them as human beings and take a genuine interest in what they want in their own life, and help other people out as much as you reasonably can, once they give you permission to do so.